What's going on, everybody out there watching this? This is my year in wrestling series of videos. This is the year in wrestling 2009 part 3. This is my final video on 2009. Anyways, here I go. I'm going to start now. I think I ended part 2 talking about, I think I talked about Night of Champions, but I'll mention the main event of Night of Champions again. It was Jeff Hardy defeating CM Punk to win the SmackDown World Heavyweight Championship. So now on to SummerSlam, which I'm going to talk about. SummerSlam kicked off with Beth Phoenix winning. I think I talked about SummerSlam in my last video. I cannot effing remember. Whatever, I'll talk about it again. Beth Phoenix won the 10 Diva Battle Royal. Intercontinental Champion Rey Mysterio defeated Dolph Ziggler. They had a very good match. MVP defeated Jack Swagger. Unified Tag Team Champions, The Big Show and Chris Jericho, were, I think, given the titles, or maybe they won them. Because Edge was supposed to be Jericho's partner, they were going to make a great team, but then Edge got injured, I believe, at a house show, and he tore his, I don't know what that, he tore something, I think his tendon in his ankle, or torn tendon, something like that. He tore something, some bone in his ankle, he broke it. So basically he couldn't walk anymore, and he had to go on the injured reserve list. So Big Show was replaced and put in a team with Jericho, and Big Show and Jericho made a pretty good team. I believe their team name was Jera Show, or something like that. Anyways, Big Show and Jericho defeated Crime Time to retain the titles. Kane defeated the Great Khali, which was god-awful. DX, Degeneration X, defeated Legacy, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr. They were a damn good team, was Legacy. ECW Champion Christian defeated William Regal. I'm sure they had a good match. WWE Champion Randy Orton defeated John Cena, and they would go into a long feud for the next couple pay-per-views. And CM Punk defeated Jeff Hardy in a TLC match to win the World Heavyweight Championship back, which was a very good TLC match. Breaking Point now. Breaking Point took place on September 13th, 2009. Evan, I'm not going to read the other matches. I'm going to just talk about the main events to make this video quicker. As I said, I'm only going to talk about the entire shows for Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and Survivor Series. And for TNA, I'll just talk about Lockdown and Slammiversary and Bound for Glory. And I will talk about Ring of Honor's final pay-per-view of the year, which was Final Battle in 2009. Breaking Point, the main event was, again, John Cena defeating Randy Orton in an I Quit match to win the WWE Championship. It was pretty damn good. I really enjoyed the match. Orton and Cena, when they feuded back in 2009, they had very good matches together, and they worked really well together. This stupid darkness on my face, I don't like it. Turn this TV on. So maybe more light will show up. I'm gonna just turn this fucking top light off. Give me a minute. Still pretty, it's not that dark. Here we go. So I said Randy Orton was defeated by John Cena in an I Quit match. After the match, I believe Randy Orton handcuffed Cena to the ring post and started beating him. I mean, over and over shots with the Singapore cane to John Cena's ribs and stomach. It was pretty brutal, but it was awesome. So, main event was World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk defeating The Undertaker in a submission match. I don't remember The Undertaker tapping out to CM Punk or anybody, but I think Teddy Long was a SmackDown general manager and came out and screwed Taker or something like that, because I don't think Taker tapped out to Punk. I don't think tapped out to anybody except maybe Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam when he tapped out and the ref did not see it. Hell in the Cell, December 2009 pay-per-view. Main events were DX. The main event was first, the World Heavyweight Championship was on the line. The Undertaker defeated CM Punk. I believe this was the second match on the pay-per-view, which was very odd that the second match was for a world title. Anyways, The Undertaker defeats CM Punk in a Hell in a Cell match to win the World Heavyweight Championship. That was pretty good. I was a fan of CM Punk at this time, but I was more of an Undertaker fan. And the WWE Championship was on the line. Randy Orton defeated John Cena to win the WWE Championship in a Hell in a Cell match. They had a very good cell match. And the main event was DX, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, defeating Legacy, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr. Almost said Randy Orton, but it was Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes. Ted DiBiase Jr., not the $1 Million Man, his son, which Ted DiBiase Jr. I always thought was a pretty damn good worker. So that was Hell in a Cell, pretty good pay-per-view. Now I'm going to talk about some TNA pay-per-views, and talk about Hard Justice 2009, which took place in August. Samoa Joe defeated Booker T in a 6 Sides of Steel weapons match to retain the World Heavyweight title. TNA No Surrender took place in September 2009. Main event was World Champion Samoa Joe defeating Kurt Angle and Christian Cage in a triple threat, or in a 3 ways to glory match, whatever the hell that meant. So Joe retained. I'm glad he retained. Bound for Glory 2009, which was a pretty good pay-per-view. Started off with Eric Young and Sonjay Bolt, which I believe was a knockout. She was a knockout. Defeated Lance Rock, who used to be Lance Hoyt, and Christy Hemme. Wasn't that good of a mixed tag match. It was kind of boring. Jay Lethal won a Steel Asylum match. This was pretty good and pretty entertaining. The Steel Asylum has not been used in years, but it was a giant red cage with giant squares so they could stick their feet in them and climb up it. Then they had to climb up to the top over the middle of the ring and escape out of this little hole on the top of the Steel Asylum. They had to escape out of it and then, I guess, climb to the floor to win or something like that. So Jay Lethal won that. Good for him. I'm a big fan of Jay Lethal. He's a current Ring of Honor World Champion. ODB, Rocket Khan, and Rhino defeated the Beautiful People, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, and Cute Kip. In a that 6-person tag was a tag team bimbo brawl. What a stupid name. X Division champion Sheik Abdul Bashir, which was Daivari. Used to be Daivari in the WWE. Pretty good worker. was a manager of the Great Khali when Great Khali first came in. So, as I said, Daivari Sheikh Abdul Bashir defeated Consequences Creed to retain the X Division title. Consequences Creed was, and used to be, and is now Xavier Woods in WWE. He was in TNA before WWE. Good thing Woods is in the WWE now because TNA is not doing that well. Knockouts champion Taylor Wilde defeated Awesome Kong and Roxy in a triple threat. I was always a fan of Taylor Wilde, but I believe she is retired from wrestling. World Tag Team Champions Beer Money defeated LAX, Abyss, and Matt Morgan and Team 3D in a Fatal 4-Way Monsters Ball match. Booker T defeated Christian Cage and AJ Styles in a triple threat. Jeff Jarrett defeated Kurt Angle, which they were in a backstage, I don't know what you call it, backstage love affair with over Karen Angle, Kurt's wife. I guess Karen Angle and Jeff, I think, had an affair and fell in love behind Kurt Angle's back. He found out, he was pissed. Dixie Carter found out, she was pissed. She ended up firing Jeff Jarrett. I don't know how she fired him and sent him home, but she did. I guess she had more ownership in TNA than Jeff did. Obviously, Jeff did not own 100% of TNA. Dixie owns half of it, and her dad and mother probably own more of it. So Jeff was sent home, but brought back and worked a couple matches. Kurt Angle did business. Kurt Angle was very professional and did business with Jeff Jarrett after taking his wife, basically. I don't know why Karen Angle left Kurt. I have no clue, and I don't really care. I don't know if she didn't feel loved by him anymore, and Jeff gave her love, the love she wanted and needed. I do know Jeff Jarrett's wife, before Karen Angle, his longtime wife, passed away of cancer, so I'm sure he was pretty depressed about that and probably found Karen Angle, and they started talking to each other, and who knows, and phone calls or texts, and they fell in love. Good for them. I think Jeff and Karen Angle, or Karen Jarrett now, I'm sure they're pretty happy together because they're still together and they look happy. And Kurt has moved on, and Kurt Angle has married a new wife, and she's pretty damn good looking. A couple years ago, and he had a new baby with his new wife already. Anyways, back to Jeff Jarrett defeated Kurt Angle. So Kurt was very professional and did business with Jeff, even though he was probably angry at him and upset with Jeff. Anyway, Sting, the main event, Sting, for like the third or fourth year in a row at Bound for Glory, Sting was in the main event because he was in the main event in 06 and 07. I don't know about 2008, but 2009, Sting was back in the Bound for Glory main event. Sting defeated Samoa Joe to win the TNA World title. Now, this was kind of weird to me, to have Sting defeat Samoa Joe and end Samoa Joe's title reign when Samoa Joe was so dominant for like 2 years. In TNA, he was undefeated. Or 2.5 years, he was undefeated. So then they have Sting, who was in his 50s, defeat Joe. Why? I don't know. Sting did not need the world title anymore, but whatever. I'm sure Spike TV wanted a big name that everybody knew to be the TNA World Champion. So that's probably why Joe lost the title. Now on the Turning Point, which was their TNA November pay-per-view. World Champion Sting defeated AJ Styles in the main event. On to Final Resolution, which was a December 2009 TNA pay-per-view. Main event was Sting, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner, Booker T defeating Frontline, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Team 3D. And this enabled Sting to retain the world title. So his main event, Mafia against AJ Styles' group, Frontline, which was Joe, AJ, and Team 3D. So that was all the TNA pay-per-views I'm going to talk about, because I'm done talking about them for 2009. Now I'm going to go back to WWE. Bragging rights, which took place in October. The main event was John Cena defeating Randy Orton in a 60-minute Iron Man match. Anything goes. Iron Man match, and John Cena would win the WWE Championship again. Cena had a great year in 2009. He defeated Batista at WrestleMania to win the title. He defeated Orton twice, I believe, to win the title. So Cena had a great year in 2009, even though I was already sick of him. And he was shoved down our throats. But Cena and Orton did have a damn good feud in 2009. On to WWE Survivor Series. Santino kicked off with a pretty lame, boring match. Santino defeated Chavo Guerrero Jr. Nothing against Chavo. He's a great worker. I never cared about Santino. And every match he was in was pretty boring. Batista defeated Rey Mysterio. Survivor Series Elimination Tag Team match. Team Kofi Kingston, MVP, Mark Henry, R-Truth, and Christian defeated Team Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase Jr., and CM Punk, and William Regal. Another Survivor Series elimination match. Team Miz, The Miz, Drew McIntyre, Jack Swagger, Sheamus, and Dolph Ziggler defeated Team John Morrison, Matt Hardy, Finlay, Evan Bourne, and Benjamin. So Team Miz wins. The Undertaker defeated The Big Show, which was very just lame. And Undertaker, world champion Undertaker, world heavyweight champion, defeated Big Show and Chris Jericho in a triple threat. And The Undertaker forced The Big Show to submit and tap. Elimination match. I don't know why I almost said Elimination Chamber. Survivor Series elimination match. Team Mickie James, Eve Torres, Kelly Kelly, Melina, and Gail Kim defeated Team Michelle McCool, Jillian Hall, Beth Phoenix, Layla, and Alicia Fox. So Team Mickie James wins the elimination match. WWE Champion John Cena defeated Triple H and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match when John Cena pinned Triple H. Pretty good triple threat. Now on to the last pay-per-view for the WWE TLC 2009. Main event was, first we had Randy Orton defeat Kofi Kingston. They were in a short feud. That was pretty good. DX, Triple H, Shawn Michaels defeated the Unified Tag Team Champions, Chris Jericho and The Big Show, in a tables, ladders, and chairs match to win the Unified Tag Team titles. TLC 2009 was pretty good pay-per-view, but it could have been a little bit better. Now I'm going to talk about Ring of Honor. Final Battle 2009. First match was, and this was from New York City in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Claudio Castaveles, whatever his last name is, he's basically Cesaro. He was Cesaro in Ring of Honor. He defeated Rex Titus, whatever his name is, and Colt Cabana and Kenny Omega in a pick 6 4-corner survival match, whatever that meant. Eric Stevens and Bison Smith defeated Delirious and Bobby Dempsey. I don't know who Bobby Dempsey is. Eddie Kingston defeated Chris Hero in a fight without honor match. The Young Bucks defeated Kevin Steen and El Generico. Kevin Steen now is Kevin Owens. El Generico was Sami Zayn, if you didn't know that. So the Young Bucks defeat Kevin Steen and El Generico. And Kevin Steen and El Generico and Ring of Honor made a very good tag team. And they worked really well together, probably because they are real life best friends. And probably still are best friends. Up next, Kenny King defeated Roderick Strong. They had a good match. Ricky Romero defeated Alex Kozlov by submission. Mark and Jay Briscoe defeated the tag team champions, the American Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards, to win the tag team titles. Jack Evans defeated Teddy Hart. I didn't know Teddy Hart was still wrestling in 2009. The guy, I don't think wrestles anymore because he probably has so much heat. He can't probably get hired by any company or any indie promotion. The guy just got a ton of heat. Teddy Hart could have been great. He came into the WWE's OVW or whatever developmental they were doing. I think it was OVW. It was Natalia. It was supposed to be Natalia. Davey Smith. I think that's his name. Davey Hart Smith. David Hart Smith. British Bulldog son, Natalia, and Teddy Hart. They were supposed to be the Hart Dynasty in the Hart Foundation 2000 or whatever they were going to call them. Hart Foundation 2K something. Anyways, there's Natalia, David Hart Smith, and Teddy Hart in developmental. And WWE's going to call them up to the main roster, but Teddy Hart had so much damn heat and got so much heat for just doing stupid shit and not listening to management. He got himself fired and released. But then Teddy Hart was replaced by the great, very good worker Tyson Kidd. So, and then they became the Hart Dynasty on the main roster, and they won the tag titles, and they were a very good team. And Natalia fit very well with them, with Tyson and David Hart Smith, but Tyson Kidd's spot was supposed to go to Teddy Hart, the nephew of Bret Hart. I don't know if Teddy Hart still wrestles, but I heard a lot of stories about the guy that he was like super hard to get along with and would not listen to anybody and was just an ass, a big time asshole, and he got himself released from WWE. Anyways, Teddy Hart may have appeared on SmackDown once or twice or a couple times, I don't remember. But he ended up being released or fired or replaced by Tyson Kidd. So, Jack Evans defeated Teddy Hart. Heavyweight champion, Ring of Honor heavyweight champion, Austin Aries defeated or wrestled to a 60-minute time limit draw with Taylor Black. If you don't know who Taylor Black was, he is Seth Rollins, and he was damn good in Ring of Honor. He eventually won the Ring of Honor World title, I think in 2010 or 11. Tyler Black was Ring of Honor World Champion one of those years, either 2010 or 11. So Austin Aries and Tyler Black wrestled to a 60-minute time limit draw. It was damn good. So that was Ring of Honor's Final Battle 2009. I'm done now with the Year in Wrestling 2009. This was part 3 of the Year in Wrestling 2009. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll do another Year in Wrestling video 2010 Part 1. Hope you enjoyed my series of 2009 year wrestling videos. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already, at TNA WWE Guy and at NXT WWE Guy. Have a good Wednesday night. Have a good Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow with another new edition of the Year in Wrestling 2010. Bye for now.